We are standing here at the track, promoter, Will Merch. Will, you bought this track last season. Talk about the upgrades you've done in this place, especially in the nice booth we've been looking at right now. But talk about the upcoming season and what's going to happen.
Yes, sir. My father and I kind of started talking about it in April 2024 last year. The track came up for sale. We were kind of joking around about it, and it was one of those things that actually kind of seemed a good idea in the long run, and kind of snowballed into what it is today, leading us to buy it. The first season was definitely hard. It was a lot to learn. We weren't exactly sure what to expect. We knew we could handle the construction side of things and the upgrades, but so as buying the track and to what all that really detailed in the sense of what it to run weekly and overall to do on Saturday really was a big learning curve, but thankfully the first year was really good overall, and then this year 2025 was a great year overall. We definitely still had some learning curves. It was an up or down year in the sense of you can always improve kind of thing, but as far as the year overall going smooth and not being rained out too much, things like that, it was a great year.
Now talk about how the 2025 season went. I didn't follow much at the Speedway, but we did hear good racing coming along. You did have some good special shows. Talk about like the crowds you guys got every weekend, the show that you guys got for car counts this year. Like, how did it go for this year?
Yes, sir. Honestly, that's one of the biggest things about this place is it has such a loyal, not only local fan base, but race fan base and racers. And it's one of those things where every week you have those consistent big crowds overall. And obviously, you can always hope for more, wish for more kind of thing. But it's one of those things we can't really ask for anymore in the sense that we've been receiving a lot of support since day one. We're just really so grateful and thankful for that. And we just want to keep showing the community and all the racers that not only do we appreciate it, but we want to grow this track the biggest and best we can. And then having great guys like Peter from Southern Ontario Sprints, Great Lake Legends, guys like that, and series like that just kind of not only support you, but be behind you and want to come race here. Just really helps grow the Speedway, and it's just great to have those kind of relationships.
Now, what I've been hearing is the SOS is coming with a 30th anniversary, coming to South Buxton. Talk about that show. Like, is it going to be a special show? Like, is there going to be like some money on the line? Like, what's the details for that race that's going to come to South Buxton?
As of right now, we are still working on all the details on how we can make the event special kind of thing, but definitely we are going to be doing some things that make it special from firework wise. Just in general, we're going to be trying to get as many sponsors as we can to build the purse up, to get more racers here. There's going to be lots of little things that we're going to try to do to really kind of set this event off, not only just because it means a lot to us that Peter wants to come here and race, but in general that it's their 30th anniversary and stuff. It means a lot to us in general, and we just like to see it be a nice big event for Buxton and for the Southern Ontario Sprints.
It is a beautiful facility here, I'm not going to lie, but this track was a D-shaped at one point. Now it's a regular shape. What's the remarks you guys got from the drivers with this track being so amazing? Especially, I saw some videos of the last guy I interviewed. He showed me some great interviews. The track looked beautiful at nighttime, but just talk like what was your goal for this year?
Honestly, that was one of the biggest struggles with this entire place was, we did all the drainage upgrades, the parking lot upgrades, things like that, and all that was pretty easy in the sense of that stuff we know. But when it comes to keeping a track surface flat, and I dug trenches for 11 years straight, and it was a complete opposite in the sense of I've never had to run a grader till I got here. I'm used to running backhoes and excavators, that kind of equipment, and so it was a night and day difference. And it definitely took a long time to get the hang of it kind of thing. It really took all of 2024 season and a little bit of 2025 for sure. And I'm not going to say I have it down pat or anything like that because we're definitely still working on it. My father and I are always trying to figure out ways how we can make the track better, and we know we're going to be bringing more dirt into the Speedway just to kind of make it a little more, obviously, better for the cushion wise, for the banking, all that kind of stuff. So it's just one of those things where there's always things to be improved on. I just have to kind of keep my eye on it and stay focused and can't let anything discourage us kind of thing.
Now, Steve did mention about the back straightaway that you guys are going to get more dirt, as he said he was getting a little low. Now, it's not cheap buying dirt because, around the Miracle area, I have seen them load dirt, and trust me, it's probably not going to be cheap loading it, but do you think that track is going to change when you put that fresh dirt on, or do you think it's going to be the same as this year?
Well, that's one of our biggest things. Is right now we think the best way to keep the track the same would be continue to use the same dirt, which was from the pond, but we also have to dry it out enough, kind of thing. So it's one of those where we've been drying it out for the last 2 years, but until we really try it and hopefully pack it enough, we just gotta kind of find out. I'm not gonna make any promises in the sense this is still new to me, but I think we have a pretty good idea on how to pack it properly.
Now talk about your guys' last show. You guys did race last month. How, like, just talk about that night. You guys must have had a lot of crowd with, this is the only track that was running for the last final nights.
Yes, sir. Honestly, it was a great event. Our late model shootout has been a great event so far, both years running, and something we really not only want to generally really grow next season and the ongoing seasons, but we want to kind of grow some other events in general, like the King of the Cushion for the Modifieds. We're not sure what the name's going to be yet, but more of an event for the Thunderstocks. There's certain events so we can kind of grow different divisions as well, and it doesn't just show like we're just focusing on one division kind of thing, because there's a lot of guys, as you know, that put so much work into all these cars and all the time and effort. We just really want to kind of show off as many divisions as we can, as many drivers as we can, and there's little things like that where the late model shootout to us is such a big deal for that reason, where you see so many guys come from far and wide, and just to race here, it means so much, kind of thing. We had a fan here from Germany, and to have a fan here with the son from Germany, you know, it's one of those where it takes you back, and you really got to appreciate the moment. You really got to just kind of be thankful.
Is that coming out far from Germany? I would say so. Talk about the car counts. You know, you guys got a lot of car counts. I've seen videos. It's like the street stocks. You guys get full field. Like, just talk about the cars you guys get here weekly basis every week.
On the weekly basis, it does depend on the division. Unfortunately, some like the mini stocks are still growing stuff, but our Thunder stocks are strong. The modifieds have really been growing. We found the late models we honestly have a great time with, and they definitely are doing good. Unfortunately, some weeks we only get like 8 of them and stuff, so it's one of those things where we are kind of looking at 2027 going crate late model, like the Brighton, the Northeastern late model Alliance division. So things like that we are looking at doing, but overall, it's one of those things where we're just gonna kind of see how this season goes, take some more notes, and before we do anything too rash, from there.
Talk about your enduro. Like, it's coming up pretty fast. Like, what's your guys' strategy on that?
Yes, sir. Honestly, we just hope for lots of snow. If there's any more than 2 feet, we'd also make sure we plow it and stuff. But we just hope there's enough where it's actually fun for the guys and not just dirt racing in the sense where it's a little different. But at the same time, we're just excited to have some cars on the track, and this place seems weird being so quiet, so we want some noise back.
Now, if you guys want information, like, who would you like to thank? Like, there must be a lot of people you gotta thank to get you where you are today, especially being here at South Buxton.
Oh, well, just in general, man. If it wasn't from my family, just me, my mom, my dad, Holly, Steve, Jerry, there's so many of us that put so much into this every week that go behind the scenes that no one ever sees, and there's times where this track last surface has almost broke me because it's so hard to figure out kind of thing, and having certain people there to actually just really lift you up was one of those things where you never realize how much you need people until certain situations like a rise kind of thing. So honestly, it's just from those guys to all the amazing sponsors that we have to just in general the partners that we have. It's one of those things we really just appreciate everyone's support, and we know we're new to the community, we know we're new to the dirt world, and just giving us that support and wanting to be behind us. We just want to do everything we can to work as hard as we can to show them that we're going to do everything we can to make this place the best.
So if you guys want more information, you guys can get a hold Will merch on Facebook or go on the website for more details for the Enduro, but we're going to wrap this interview up. It was good meeting you. Hopefully this track will come along great for the 26th season.
I really appreciate you guys' time, honestly. I know you guys are a long way, and it means a lot.